No, Joey, I don't want those pictures. No.
Oh, Jesus. What do you mean you don't want those pictures? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Wow. Threw me through a loophole, Chris, right out the gate of the show, man. Jesus. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. AEW versus NXT. We are here at the Wednesday Night Wars. Here at the Wrestling Paradox Podcast. You can find us right here on YouTube and on Twitter at Podcast Paradox. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Every Thursday, every Sunday, bringing you new shows. But I got something new for you tonight. Guess what we're handing out? Guess what we got in? We got in stickers. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That beautiful logo right there can be all yours at the low cost of $0.00. Help us build up. If you guys want a sticker and you guys want to support the cause, please do that. Just drop your addresses right at our Twitter message DM at Podcast Paradox. We'll be more than happy to send you guys out a sticker of this beautiful, beautiful logo. And also, these shirts are in production. Man, Chris, I feel like we're taking this thing somewhere else. I think we're just taking this to a new level. So if you want stickers,
next level.
God, like Brian Cage over there. If you want stickers, hit us up. I'm sending them out to you all you want right there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so let's get into
Don't worry,
wars.
folks. He has to pick those up.
They fell into the box. The box was on my lap. It was a work, and you shot on me, man. Damn it.
Kayfabe.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to jump right into it. AEW. Can I start?
Go ahead.
Because I have a complaint within the first 5 seconds.
Oh, Jesus.
It's one of those nights. AEW, we start the show. We have a pan of the audience, the illustrious audience. You got everybody from MJF to Big Swole in the audience, all the way to Britt Baker. And then guess who else is sitting in the audience?
Who?
Fucking murder monster killer hawk, the baddest guy on your roster, Lance Archer, is in the crowd just hanging out with his feet up, sitting next to Jake the Snake like, oh, look at this shit show. We're not on the card tonight. We're the biggest fucking heels in the business. Why are we not on the card?
Well, first off, they've been in the crowd for the past couple of weeks when they haven't been wrestling. But would you still consider?
They're showing it in the first 5 seconds. I don't like it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but would you still consider the Murder Hawk to be the most deadliest man in the company with Brian Cage now?
Why not have him feud?
Because
why not build up to it?
Bigger, better things for Brian Cage.
If you want to portray Murder Hawk as this monster, throw him in there and make it a triple threat. Luchasaurus, Murder Hawk, and Wardlow. Make it look good. Make it interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. There's got to be something there for him, not just sitting in the crowd right now. Are you kidding me? All right. So I'm just going to move past it. They open up with Omega and Hangman versus Natural Nightmares for the titles. I've always said, Chris, that I like shows opening up with big matches. I feel like that's where shows need to start. Tag team has been the one opening up the match on both shows lately. So I don't know. Chris, go ahead and start it up. What do you got?
I thought it was a great match. I thought it was a good tag team match that opened up the show. And like I've said in the past couple of weeks is, you know how good AEW Dynamite's going to be from their first show. From their first match. And this is just a prologue to what is going to happen the rest of the night. I had my notes. I wrote, I could watch Rhodes and Omega wrestle all night. Like, I think Dustin Rhodes and Kenny Omega should get into a program together because they're really good. They bounce off of each other really well. I don't know how I feel about QT and Rhodes as a tag team in general, but Rhodes can tag with just about anybody in the industry, and make them look good.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of QT Marshall. I feel like Marshall, he reminds me of my uncle. His receding hairline. He's like fat, skinny. He's like a bigger fat skinny than Joey Janela's fat skinny. You understand what I'm saying?
Come on. That's just uncalled for.
But no, QT Marshall is just really weird in the ring for me. He's really sloppy, it feels like. And I think he's just waiting to someone's going to get hurt with him in the ring one time. That's all it's going to take.
And my biggest note that I wrote down was, could AEW get a better costume maker? Why did Dustin Rhodes' gear fall apart?
Was he wearing a cape? I had that in my notes. Did he become super red dick? Or red dust? I'm sorry, is it red dust now? It's
I
red
don't
dust.
know. I don't know. And also, why did they keep bleeping out most of the match?
Yeah. Yeah, I caught that. Did you? Okay, so I wrote down the time exact. 11 minutes, 58 seconds. We see Hangman getting ready to whip. Who was it? I believe it was Marshall. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Marshall into the ropes. He flings him into the ropes. Now, about 3 seconds prior to that, he punches Red Dust and throws him on the apron. And then he's on the ground. Brandy Rhodes is helping him. And then Hangman flips QT Marshall into the ropes. And then boom, there's Red Dust back on the apron.
Yeah.
Can we get a better editing team? This is a $1 million company. Like,
Yeah.
can we get a better editing team, please? Can we be like, wait, that wasn't there a second ago? Does no one say that? And it's like, fuck it, one take. Let's see what we got.
Well, I do love that Dustin brought out the Canadian Destroyer, though.
Jesus Christ.
But you have to admit, though, he's 6'6", 6'5",
Mm-hmm.
doing a Canadian Destroyer is very impressive.
Yeah. I'm watching PCO being 70 years old doing backflips. Holler at me, bro.
His backflips aren't really a backflip; it's more like a side. Like,
he's 70, dude.
it's like Vader doing a moonsault. He just,
oh man, God! The best thing that could have happened was that guy's eye popping out. Now he sees less of his future. So there was at one point the referee, Hangman goes for a pin, and like the referee's like behind Hangman, like pinning. Did you just catch that?
Yeah.
The referee to like make it to the slide enough in time.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man, you know where the spot's at. Let's go, get to it.
Yeah, I mean,
Little mistakes like that.
I think it was a good match.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going to toot their horn. I think Hangman and Omega are probably one of the best tag teams in the game right now. I mean, they can try to do the storyline, the angle where, Hangman's drunk and, Omega's getting tired of it, this, that, and the other. But they just flow so well together. And I like the last call. I like that finisher. I think that's pretty cool.
Hey, can I ask you a question? So I noticed this a couple times between both shows. Do you remember back in the day, there was HBK used to do that like pop up, from his back to his feet?
Yeah, kick up.
Yeah, the kick up. Should that be limited to one person?
Well, if you do that, then you would have to limit like the V trigger, the super kick, DDT to only one person.
I don't know. I don't see that the same as a move. I get the move part of it, that different people use different variations of moves. But that pop up, I remember when HBK did it, nobody else did it.
Right.
It was a huge pop. It was safe for him. That was his thing. I feel like I saw QT Marshall do it, and he about fell on his ass. And then Hangman did it. Like, if it's Hangman's thing, which he does constantly, because when I think of that pop up now, I think of Hangman.
Yeah.
And Drew McIntyre, obviously. But this isn't fucking Raw. This is Thursday night. We're reviewing the Wednesday Night Wars. So that's what we're talking about here. So when Hangman does it, that's who I think of. And when QT Marshall doing it, his leg almost broke halfway up. You see it like flop out. It was weird. But I think that should be stuck to Hangman. I think that Hangman should go in the back and be like, hey, that's my thing. No one else on this roster does it.
Right.
That's where I'm on it. But yeah, Omega with the win on QT Marshall. Great match. I thought myself. Me personally, I'm going like I'm gonna give it 3.89 stars. That's what I'm feeling tonight. 3.89 stars. What about you? In the Thrasher household, where does this rank?
I give it about a 3.5 star.
There you go.
The only reason why I didn't give it higher because QT Marshall was in the match.
Yeah, I feel like QT Marshall doesn't belong on my fucking television.
I mean, although for a guy of his size, doing that handspring, moonsault without touching the rope is actually pretty impressive.
Yeah. He just feels sloppy. He feels sloppy in the ring, man. I feel like someone's going to get hurt one day with him. I
mean, he looks sloppy, so.
Yeah. He eats sloppy joes. All right, so next we have Anna Jay versus Abaddon. Now, before I go any further, is Abaddon the one that shoved the tampon in the mouth?
No, that's Priscilla Kelly.
Oh, okay, that's Priscilla Kelly. Is Abaddon the one that took the tampon in the mouth?
No.
Okay, because it looks like she took a tampon in her mouth.
You want to know what I wrote? And you may pop for this. I said Abaddon looks like a pale white grandma with red hair and cataracts.
Bro. Dude, she comes out. I'm writing. All right, so like I don't know if you guys can tell. As I'm typing my notes, I'm typing what I'm thinking, and that's usually not a good thing because these are things I usually just say in the shower. But yeah, or my windows are up. But no, like I'm typing all this stuff, and I'm like, why is this crazy bitch on my television right now? This bitch looks like a fucking mess. Somebody get her a brush. Like, and then I asked, is this the one that stuffed the tampon in her mouth? Well, Abaddon wins the match, or they called it an upset. So I don't know why it was an upset. I don't know much about Anna Jay. However, I'm going
She's a
to be
magician.
loving. Is she? She's
I don't know.
The star of the show. Is that her name?
Yeah. Yeah. She's the star of the show and took a loss in 3 minutes.
Was it 3? I didn't even think it was that long.
Yeah.
I think you're giving her credit.
What kind of finish was it though? Like it was like a kneel down Hurricanrana.
It was
That's what ended it.
Yeah, it was. So Anna Jay was on her knees,
Mm-hmm.
and then whatchamacallit did a Hurricanrana in the like a face plant kind of. But I think that's what Tegan Knox does over, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's Tegan Knox or Dakota Kai does that, the same exact thing, and it's a 2-pin. It's a 2 count over on fucking the other show.
Right.
So, but here's my thing. Now, I don't know who Anna Jay is, but I feel like I'm going to be really interested in who Anna Jay becomes over the next couple weeks, because we have, ladies and gentlemen, a Dark Order appearance.
Yeah.
Mr. Brody Lee, the Exalted One.
About time you got his name right. About time you got his name right.
Numero uno is there. Grayson is there. We have old school Dark Order meets new school Dark Order. And I am all about the Dark Order right now. So they come out. Colt Cabana is in the crowd. They walk over. They hand something to Colt Cabana. Everybody's looking at it. A private party. Oh, what's going on? Keep your fucking nose in your business, man. This is business I'm doing right now. But no, and then they pick up Anna Jay and they walk her to the back with Brody Lee taking her hand. Mm-hmm. I'm interested in Anna Jay now. They put someone on. AEW has finally put somebody on TV that I did not know, and by the end of the segment, I was locked in and want to know more. That is the first time either company has done this for me in a very long time.
To go on off of Anna Jay's, like what you questioned and everything like that, I was the same with you when it came to Anna Jay. So I, Googled her, Wikipedia, and she's only been wrestling for less than a year.
Wow.
Yes. That could be the reason why the 2 matches that we've seen of her haven't gone. Like,
she might have potential, man. You never know. She might be showing something in the back. I never count out anybody in wrestling because you just don't. It all sucks because like it all depends on one person and how they feel about you in wrestling. It doesn't matter what the crowd thinks or anything like that. So to see Anna Jay and to see her losing but kind of getting this little momentum now she might be doing something right, or she puts on knee pads when the time comes.
The mat's kind of hard, so when you're training.
When you're training. Abaddon. What are your thoughts on Abaddon?
She looks like a pale white grandma with red hair and cataracts. I just okay, I can tell you right now, she's how do I be PC about this? She's not in the best of shape to be wearing what she was wearing.
Bro, she looked like a can of biscuits popped open.
Yes. Yes, she did.
I'm telling you, it was so bad to watch her, man. I was watching and I'm like, I jiggle when I walk.
Yeah.
She's definitely jiggling when she's running. Now, ladies, I think you're all beautiful. All beautiful. Yes. So, Chris, they stole it, Chris. This proves it.
Cody or Tony watches
this show.
Mm-hmm.
They watch this show because let me tell you something. We called it last week on episode 7 of the Wrestling Paradox podcast. Chris, I believe your exact words were, they're going to flip it. So how did you put it? Something about Billy Gunn, right? Wasn't it? Say it one more time.
They were going to put like Billy from the Gun Club.
Yeah. Versus Billy, and it was Billy of the Gun Club.
Yeah.
So it's almost like they just threw a little in there, like a little tweak, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So write the check, stamp it to Wrestling Paradox Podcast, LLC, and just mail it on over. Thank you, Cody. That's all we're asking.
And that'll fund our shirts that you can get very soon at Paradox Podcast. Twitter, DM us your size. We'll give you the price and everything like that.
Yes. Thank you so much for that plug-in. God. And don't forget, if you don't have the WWE Network, $9.99, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Michael Cole.
No, don't do that. No.
All right. So next we have MJF versus Billy of the Gun Club.
Mm-hmm.
MJF is by far the greatest heel right now in wrestling.
100%.
I feel like you can put that kid in there with a broom, and that broom's getting over. All right. It's just the instant duck out, and then him coming back in. He's such, the way he locks up and everything about him. He lets Billy overpower him. He lets the face build up, and that's so smart wrestling wise. Let everybody get the hopes up in the face, and then the heel smashes them down. You just tear them down. So it was, and also they're listening to us, Chris. You want to know why I know they're listening to us?
Why?
For the past 3 weeks, we've been comparing Billy Gunn to Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
Guess what move Billy Gunn pulls out the gate in the first 2 minutes?
Leg drop.
The Hulk Hogan fucking kick to the face and leg drop.
Mm-hmm.
They are listening to us, Chris. This isn't bullshit no more, people. This is serious.
Yeah, it's you know what I love that you were talking about, like MJF, like letting the Billy get Hulk up, so to speak, or anything like that. I loved it where MJF, it's such old school where he's like they lock up and he thinks he can like do the wrist lock, and he's just like he makes the stupid face, and he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, or he backs up into him and he's like, oh man, that's so Andy Kaufman, like 70s and 80s. Like, it's so cool. So cool. And you know how much I hate MJF, but I think he's a great heel and everything like that. I think it's asinine that he wants to charge $500 for a cameo, but whatever.
Did you watch the video on why he's charging $500 for the cameo?
Yes, I did.
None of you scumbags can afford it.
And I was like, oh, well, scratch that one off the list.
Yep. No, you're very right. MJF is very old school. You can tell he grew up watching old school wrestling and back when it was territories. And he's a Monday Night Raw kid who should have been in that era of Monday Night Raw and growing up like we did. But he went back further than that. And he studied and honed that craft of being that old school wrestler who doesn't leave his feet. He doesn't leave the ring really. He'll play to the outside, but he keeps it very dirty on the mat wrestling. Right. That's what he is, and that's what he does. And watching him and Jungle Boy go at it, that's why they make such great matches, because Jungle Boy is more today's wrestling, and you're getting MJF with old school wrestling. So you're seeing those two mix. So you're kind of seeing new school versus old school, but put together in a different presentation. Which I think is amazing to see. So I think they're the future of both companies. I have a feeling in about 8 years we're going to see MJF appear out of nowhere on Monday Night Raw. So hold me to it, Chris. Hold me to it.
I don't know about that, because I think if Tony Khan and Cody, realize that they have a golden goose, they're not letting him go. They'd let somebody else go before they, let him go.
Can they match McMahon money, though? Or what will be Helmsley money by then?
Yeah, I mean, they'll get rid of Gardner Minshew and just give MJF a better contract. The one thing I do, I have to disagree with you on, where you said that you would see him if he was in the 90s, the Monday Night War, on Raw. I don't think so. I think he would be better on WCW.
No. What I'm saying, no. You misinterpreted what I said. What I said was he's like young, a little younger than us,
Mm-hmm.
and he should have grew up in that Monday Night Raw era of the
Oh yeah.
wars.
Oh
He
okay.
should have grew up in that era. That's what he should know. Kind of like that's what we know. But he
Mm-hmm.
just doesn't know that. He went back further, and you could tell in his wrestling style that he wasn't a fan of the 90s and 2000s. He was a fan of the 80s and the 70s. That's what he was a fan of. That's what he molded himself after to be. So you look at MJF and you go, oh, he's a young kid. If you never watched wrestling before and all you think of wrestling is high flyers, gymnastics, MJF will turn that immediately and be like, that's not who I am, you know?
Yeah, yeah. If you watch even some of his indie stuff, he had a big rivalry in like I think it was like AIW, um, Rev Pro, um, uh, with Ethan Paige. They had a dog collar match where it was just like they beat the shit out of each other, and he actually got color, and I mean just beat the shit out of each other. Never once leaped out of the ring. I mean it was just hard nose, just beat the shit out of each other. And he's taken the same gimmicks onto AEW, which I like. Um, but going
He's
back
never
off what
changed.
he's never changed.
And I don't
Going
think
back
he
to
ever
what
will.
I was saying, going back to what I was saying was I can see him in WCW in the Monday Night Wars.
Yeah.
Not WWF, because WWF it was more of like he would have floundered in the Rock, Stone Cold, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, DX era. I think he would have flourished in like the Four Horsemen.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Bouncing off of week 6, our tag teams
Mm-hmm.
and Mick Foley
Mm-hmm.
not being a player, being a role player. You didn't mention Mick's name right there. Just saying, what's up, Aaron?
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Aaron? So anyway, he would have done way better on Nitro. He would have got lost in that Rock, Austin, Undertaker game, Shawn Michaels, all that. He would have got lost in all that. So yes, him, if he was in the 90s, he would have definitely been WCW. But we get to see him work with somebody who worked through the 90s and Billy Gunn, which was great to see. Billy really hit a lot of his old school stuff. He brought a lot of new stuff to it. So it was fun to see MJF kind of go over on someone that, he definitely probably watched back in the day and, knew who that was and things like that. So could you imagine one of us ever getting in the ring with like fucking, I don't know, Triple H? Jesus, that'd be awesome. So
MJF is victorious. I love the ending of the match was the punch with the ring. It's so fucking heelish, 80s. I think it's awesome. I'm waiting for like one of the times though. It's probably gonna be Jungle Boy where he's going to go to throw the punch with the ring, and Jungle Boy's gonna duck, take the ring out of his hands, or he's gonna hit Wardlow with the ring, and he's gonna get a roll up or something like that. I'm waiting for that to happen. I give the match a 3 stars. Only because Gunn's kids got involved, and I really don't see any promise out of them.
yeah, when you talk about Wardlow tossing the ring into MJF did something to where it's like he knows where he's at in the ring. He knows where the camera is at all times.
He looked at it
He
and smiled.
stared right in the camera and smiled.
And kissed it. Didn't he kiss the ring too when he was laying on it?
Maybe. All that caught me was that smile. And that was just such a heelish thing. Because you think back on like people who don't stare at the right cameras.
Mm-hmm.
Or like there's multiple times where people are talking in the way of the camera and then they look behind them at the wrong camera. It's horrible. MJF knows exactly where he is. He looks right in the camera, gives him a big old fucking, was he New York, right? Big old New York smile.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
I think New Jersey.
New Jersey. That makes sense. But
you know what I would actually like though? I'm sorry to cut you off though.
No, go ahead. It's your show too, Papa.
If they like, I'm fantasy booking and and everything like that, is they go to throw the ring in, he catches it, puts it on his finger, his opponent knows it's coming, or the ref sees it and pulls the ring off of him, but he reaches in his trunks and gets the old school taped up brass knucks. That would be so killer. I would pop for it like so much.
Yeah, definitely. No, God,
Cody,
you
again,
deserve the
Cody,
book. You deserve the book.
if you take this, and I see this on Fighter Fest,
I'm so
you can
mad.
send a check to just DM us on Podcast Paradox on Twitter. You know?
Another plug.
All right. Or you could just start selling our shirts on AEWshop.com.
And don't forget your stickers. Don't forget your stickers.
But
All right.
but
So
jumping ahead, I love the Britt Baker segments this week. I know I shit on it in the past couple of weeks, but I love the Britt Baker. We forgot that she had the message line to Tony Schiavone. I think that was so fucking funny.
Yes.
So fucking funny.
I even had a note in the first match that we're in the middle of the match. You see fucking Britt Baker just fucking.
Yes.
She says my tie is stupid.
I think that is Schiavone. You know, I think that was so fucking good. And then you see her getting abducted by Big Swole, even though I don't like Big Swole. That's on my note, actually. If you see my note, it says I love Britt Baker getting abducted by Big Swole, even though I don't like Big Swole.
Jesus. Yo, and she said shit. She said shit on national television. They're getting pushy, man. They are pushing it.
Adam Cole needs to put something in that dirty mouth of hers.
Dude, seriously.
Maybe some Dial soap or Dawn or something. Like, geez, she doesn't kiss her mother with that mouth.
All right, so
okay,
let's see. What do we have next?
Now,
it's 8:55, ladies and gentlemen.
It's 8:55. I texted you. Well, first off, let's jump ahead, peek behind the curtain. About a week and a half ago, I texted Joe and I said, there's going to be one person that's going to challenge for the TNT title. I think it was after last Wednesday. And I said, it's going to be a guy by the name of Ricky Starks. No one's going to know who he is. He was TV champ on NWA Power. I watched him on Championship Wrestling in Hollywood. I was like, this guy's got it. He's going to be a star for AEW if they sign him. Then I know Joe wasn't watching. And Joe has a big problem with Cody ending the shows and putting the belt on the line and making his face and everything like that. And he always has a problem with matches with a lot of storyline happening in the middle of the show. So I texted Joe last night and I just said, remember this time, 8:55. Because that was the time that Cody and Ricky Starks was starting. And my biggest thing is anytime they're always going to have NXT had it last night too, where when it transitions from the 8 to the 9 o'clock hour, they always have a good storyline match. Either like last week where they had Jericho and Cassidy, or this week when you had Cody Rhodes and Ricky Starks.
Fuck Cody Rhodes. That's all I got, man. No, I am happy Ricky Starks is he signed with AEW now?
On Twitter this morning when I woke up, it said Ricky Starks is all elite.
Ricky Starks is all elite.
Yeah. But how good was it? How good was that promo when it came up on the screen? He's got charisma. It's out of control charisma.
There's only one part of that promo I did not like, and that was him talking about him sleeping in the car and living off no money. Every wrestler's done that. That doesn't make you special. Don't brag about it.
Yeah, but what's it any different between that and when the Cruiserweight Championship was going on? They did it with TJ Perkins.
That's what I'm talking. TJ Perkins caught a lot of heat for that.
Yeah, but
Perkins caught a lot of heat for that.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. If you can go back on YouTube and you can watch Ricky Starks and Sammy Guevara, they had a lot of wrestling matches and big storylines for freelance wrestling. I think it was bar wrestling. They wrestled a lot. And I can see Ricky Starks having if he signs a full contract, I can see him having a great match with Kenny Omega, Sammy Guevara, Kip Sabian, the list could go on and on.
Yeah, no, definitely he is a asset in AEW now. I did watch him in Power a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I have been trying to keep up with NWA Power. It has that really old school feel to it, so it's really nice. But yeah, no, it's he's going to be if he's in AEW, he's definitely gonna be a workhorse for AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. So we'll see.
And how about that spear that he threw? Fucking great spear. Like,
Yes.
golly. Him and Trent in AEW have like the best spears I think I've seen in a while.
Dude, I can't wait for the Trent match when we get to it.
Yeah, because I think you've turned the corner on my boy.
Who?
Oh, OC. We'll talk later, though. We'll talk later.
We'll talk OC, later, dude. I started the night loving him.
Oh, I recorded the FaceTime that we had earlier, and I do remember what you said.
Yeah, thanks. All right, so next we have Cody picks up the win, obviously, because it's Cody Rhodes, the son of a planet. Who gives a fuck? So where does this match rank in the Thrasher household? Because I give it a 3.
I give it 4 stars. I give it 4 stars. The only reason why you give it 3 because you hate Cody Rhodes.
Anyway, on to the next match. we have Super Bad Squad, I believe it is.
Super Bad Death Squad.
Yes, Super Bad Death Squad versus the Bucks. My first note is I want Japan version of the Bucks back. I don't like this Americanized Jacksonville, Florida version of the Young Bucks. I want either Ring of Honor Young Bucks or Japan Young Bucks.
Do you know what the big difference is?
Maybe it's because I saw them less. Maybe because I saw them less. That's what it is.
do you know what the difference is?
What's that?
They're not in the Bullet Club.
That's what it is.
They don't have the Bullet Club like persona behind them, like where they're the heels, but the heel faces.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, so they find before the match even starts, the referee's doing a pat down, and this fucking guy, Jimmy Havoc, has a pair of pliers on him before the match. Jesus Christ. Grandpa, let go of the fucking tools, man. Seriously. Stop. What is this guy fucking doing? Anyway, so the match starts, and I have apparently Cheech and Chong is in the crowd in the form of the Butcher and the Blade. Because I don't know how they were dressed last night, but I was ripped, and I'm like, is that Cheech and Chong? What the fuck? What is that?
They look like
for shit anyway.
They look like they should work in an Italian deli or a bakery.
Dude, I see those guys beating meat and with a chainsaw in the back somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, beating meat somewhere, but like I don't know wearing all white is.
I'll be right back in about 2.5 minutes. So anyway,
give them the fap clap.
I have a problem. I have a problem with the fact that they have been building Sabian up for the past 3 weeks and making Sabian look great, even though he's been teamed with Havoc, which really kind of sucks. But they've been making Sabian look great. And then last night, he just, I don't know, bro. They made him look like a joke to me, it feels like.
I don't think they made him look like a joke.
I didn't think he was as good as he was 3 weeks ago, or the past 3 weeks. He wasn't that same guy. Mm-hmm. So that's just how I feel. And then out of nowhere, of course, Jimmy Havoc shows up with a fucking tool, a mallet. What is up with this guy? Can we stop, please?
Well, no. Before that, remember he had a wet sign, caution wet floor sign.
Caution. I needed one of those in my local grocery store. But no, I don't get it. Why is this guy in weapons? So why do they keep him tied to weapons? Why can't Tony Khan is smart? Why isn't he like, dude, drop it, stop?
I needed the wet floor sign when Penelope Ford grabbed it and swung it
everywhere, all over my room.
But the only thing is, I said terrible Penelope Ford wet sign spot. Nick has to basically set her up because she got in too slow.
Yeah.
He had the sharpshooter on and like turned and like waited for her to like, okay, hit me here. You know, I was like,
Havoc's rubbing off on her. It's disgusting.
We watched this bitch do a dive off a 30-foot ladder onto like 9 guys.
Clean too.
Clean. I mean, no hesitation, just jump, you know, and everything like that. And then we watch her get into the ring as slow as possible to swing a wet floor sign.
Yeah.
Which I would have loved. I would have loved if it said "slippery when wet" on there. Like, oh man, I would have
Have her
given it a
take a
fap
picture with it
clap.
at the end of the night.
I would have fap clapped to that.
So there was a nice little series to the ending of the match.
Mm-hmm.
I did like all the tag team. I felt like the Bucks went old school a little bit there with setting up Havoc to Sabian with the pile driver and then kicking the legs out at the same time in stereo. That was cool, giving him a pile driver. So the Bucks win, and then melee happens.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, I, as a fan, have been following FTR and the Bucks on Twitter for years, watching them go back and forth at each other for years. I don't know if nobody knows this, but FTR hates about everybody in that fucking company. I know they'd never liked the Bucks. They never liked Cody. It was always fuck the Revival. So to see them come in and kind of have stare downs with the Bucks, but be on the same side as the Bucks, I don't like where that's going. But eventually, it's going to lead to a good match that we've all been waiting for a very long time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I hated FTR on SmackDown and Raw. I am all about them in AEW.
I loved how they hit the Meltzer driver and the mind eraser at the same time.
Yeah,
that was so that was so clean. Like, it was so fucking good, man.
The stare down at the top, you know.
So old school, man.
And the reason I said that I didn't like them in Raw and SmackDown, and I didn't include NXT, because I liked them in NXT. It was when they came up to the main card, they kind of got lost in that shuffle we always talk about, and they just kind of floundered a little bit, which kind of sucks. So having them on smaller shows makes them bigger fish.
Yeah, I've said that. I said that before. Like, I mean, would you want to go to the main roster and be a big, a small fish in a big pond, or would you stay in NXT or AEW where you're the big fish in a small pond?
Exactly. So next we have Taz promo with Brian Cage.
Oh, my dick got hard.
Dude, he's so old school, bro.
Like, oh my God. It reminds me of a 96, the 98 Taz.
Yes. Now, if Brian Cage talked less, I'd be okay. I don't like him talking one bit.
He reminds me of a Wolverine for some reason. Like, I don't know.
It might be the beard.
No, you know what it is? I think it's the chest hair.
Chest hair. I think
it's the chest hair. But I think the next promo, Cody, if you're listening, I think the next promo you should do is in a dark room with like an orange, yellowish light shining on both of them, and a towel over Brian Cage's head. Oh, and speaking of towel, they finally got it right this week. It's not an orange towel. It's not a red towel. It's a black towel with stitched FTW in it. Fuck the world, just like it did 22 years ago.
I think they're really tapping into that Taz character. Well, they heard you talk about it, like episode 2 or 3. You talked about how great Taz is and old school and all. Mm-hmm. So they're really running with that. Which, hey, man, Cody, more power to you guys. You guys got the $1 Million show. Put it on
DM
TV
us. You can DM us.
Just give us credit for it. Just put us in the credits.
Put our shirts and stickers on your website. So,
dude, they have credits, right? Put us in the credits at the end.
All right. Yeah.
So we come back from commercial with a Mox promo. And he talks about bad demons and they're, he's got a bunch of shit going on in his life and this is what he lives for, blah, 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 blah. So that's promo number 4.
Yep.
So far into the night.
Then you get back from that and you go to the Britt Baker
promo number 5.
Yes. I don't even know if you call this a promo or if it's like a backstage vignette or angle or some shit like that. But it was stolen from Backlash of last week with the Street Profits and I guess War Raiders or War Vikings, whatever they want to be called now, where they're in a trash can.
Yeah. But Reba got a monkey, boy.
Yeah.
Dude.
I don't know who she is, but
I don't know. I'm all about her though.
I can let you know when she sits on the toilet, her feet dangle.
That's true. I need one night with her and Raquel Gonzalez. So next we have the Sex Gods versus Best Friends for the number 1 contendership of the tag team titles at Fyter Fest.
With Matt Hardy on commentary.
That was my next line. And this match is your main event, which is a great match to end with. There's a lot of storylines behind this match that can go on from here, which we soon to find out what leaves from tonight and moves into Fyter Fest. Mm-hmm. So we have Matt Hardy on commentary. this match was very satisfying to watch.
Yep.
If you minus Chuck Taylor out of the match, fuck Nate, by the way. Fuck Nate, by the way. Fuck Nate. If you eliminate him out of the match, it was a great match. I believe Trent is a future AEW champion somewhere down the road. I don't know if it's going to be in the next 3 years. It might be in the next 5 to 6 years. Trent would need to be a singles competitor. The guy can carry a match. He can carry a show. He can call a match. The guy's good. I give Trent a lot of credit. He looks great. He has a great look to him. He almost looks like a little Johnny Depp-ish, which a lot of people can attract to. He's tall. He's cut. The guy, if you're building, he reminds me of Randy Orton. He almost looks perfect.
He reminds me of Seth Rollins, a thicker Seth Rollins.
Yeah, but he's taller than Seth.
That's what I'm saying, thicker, just a thicker Seth Rollins.
Yeah, and he looks great, and he wrestles great. I'm getting a boner for Trent right now. So anyway, and then you move into, you know what? I'm backing up. Chris, go ahead. Take over on this match, please.
See, I beg to differ with you. I actually like Chuck in the match because he brings the offense that Trent needs so they can both go equal. I love the half and half soul food combination that they got. Also, I think Sammy and Jericho play the hated team very well. And Sammy, I agree with JR last night. Sammy G could be the next young Eddie Guerrero.
He's a selling machine. He's a monster.
Yes.
He sells amazingly.
Yes. And I also wrote down, I really hope they let Trent and Sammy go after the TNT title shot or run.
Yeah.
And I love how on the mic, Hardy is saying Sammy needs to get away from Jericho. So they're planting a seed. And it's going, week to week. I think that's very, very cool. On both shows. I think the storytelling last night on both shows were very, very good. I think it was a great tag match. And then the end happens. I want you to call the end.
The end happens. We have a cameraman insert himself into this match. And right away, we all know who it is.
Mm-hmm.
And the cameraman gets up, steps into the ring. This is after Trent gets the pin on Sammy Guevara. The cameraman gets into the ring. He drops the camera. He slowly gets in. He's dressed in all black. He looks great. I don't know who this guy is. Takes off his hat. Takes off his mask. It is none other than freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. But this isn't freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. This is Orange Cassidy. This man is furious. He's upset. He's not putting hands in pockets. He's putting boots in asses. And he looks great doing it. The running Superman punch puts Roman Reigns to shame.
Yep. He
does it so well. He gets that whole flex back while he's in midair. Dude, that's the outline for Roman Reigns' shirt? That needs to be Orange Cassidy because Roman Reigns doesn't look that good doing it. Orange Cassidy, it was that Jakara wrestling style that he learned up in Chicago that really helps him. That's what he is. He's a Jakara. If you never watched Jakara wrestling, go back and watch it. They're very high flyer. They're almost like the Harlem Globetrotters of wrestling. They're everything's set up for them to do something.
And they had comedy matches too where people would fall asleep in the ring.
They did. But they were fun to watch. They're very if you're a fan of like the Hardys or people like that who jump around a lot, then you'll be a fan of Jakara wrestling. So that's where Orange Cassidy comes from. But anyway, back to the thing. Orange Cassidy's dressed in black. He takes off his shirt. He looks pissed. He's angry. He whoops up on Jericho like we've never seen Orange Cassidy do before. And then it dies out. And he goes back to being Denim Dan. And he gives us half a thumb because his other half is up his ass somewhere. He gets boring again. Get away from this character. Make him who he should be. He should be challenging for the TNT title. He should be taken serious. Not this, I can do it half-assed because it's cool.
I mean, if you go back on and watch on like YouTube, just type in JC Ryder. JC Ryder is Orange Cassidy's old gimmick on the Indies, and he was the leaping out of the ring. I mean, Superman punch. He was doing destroyers from the top rope. He was a wrestler. And the reason why he changed his gimmick was he says he was getting lost in the crowd. So he just wanted to just do something different. And that caught fire on bar wrestling, GCW, everything like that. So I think he knew what was going to catch fire. And
Well,
I mean, you saw the pop at, was it All Out last year? That he just popped, and the whole place went fucking crazy.
no, and that's cool. And I understand and I respect that he gets the pops. But, like, I watched a conga line with, like, 10 wrestlers shoving their hands in each other's asses, which Tommaso Ciampa was a part of that, I believe. And
It was Sammy Callahan and and Juice and Liger, by the way.
Yeah, and they're all, like, marching around the ring. And guess what? That got a pop. But guess what? That doesn't deserve to be on TNT and national television. Orange Cassidy pulling this little slow ass in the hand pocket things. That's I can't get behind. When I saw last night and he had turned and became this fucking just amazing like wrestler, and like I said, he's got the best Superman punch in the business right now. I was about him. I popped. I almost texted you. I was like, "Yo."
I think you're gonna see this. I think you're gonna see a new like gimmick from him.
Go ahead, go ahead, give your future writing skills to Cody because he needs them. I'm sure he's in this right now. He's like writing everything down.
Yeah, I think he's either that or he's gonna turn on best friends. I think Sammy's gonna break away from Inner Circle, and I think Orange Cassidy will turn into a new gimmick in the Inner Circle. And be Jake Hager's tag team partner because they look alike.
Yo, you just wrote the next 3 years of professional wrestling. Easily. I could see Hager and Cassidy.
You have Sammy Guevara turn on Jericho and break away from Jericho. They feud. And then you have Orange Cassidy feud, like maybe tag up with Sammy G at a pay-per-view. And then Orange Cassidy turn on Sammy G inside with Hager.
Yo, he's not Orange Cassidy anymore. Just call him Black Cassidy.
Inner Cassidy or something
Inner
like that.
Cassidy. Just Cassidy. How about we just call him Cassidy?
Yeah.
That works for me, bro. That works for me. All right, so that is your night for AEW. And we have come to the break segment, the plug-in segment. If you guys are not yet following, liking, subscribing on all our Twitter pages, make sure you do it.
Right there.
At Podcast Paradox on Twitter, right here on YouTube at Wrestling Paradox Podcast. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, please. We are sending out stickers. We have shirts up for sale. Make sure you guys follow us. If you guys want a sticker, please let me know. I know you see the beautiful logo behind Chris. Chris, show him that logo.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. You're going to get this on a shirt. You're going to wear it across your boobs. Oh, look at that.
Yes. And guess what? You wear it across your boobs and you might see her boobs. She loves this shirt. She loves the shirt.
Fap clap.
So we are moving into the second part of our show. The NXT review. So let's get into NXT. To start the show, we have Breezango versus. I'm sorry, it was not Breezango.
Emporium.
It was Emporium versus Imperium. Breezango being back, Johnny Curtis being back is just so. He's such a great worker. He was so. He can overachieve so much, but he was so underutilized. And hold on, can I really say he was underutilized because he went into WrestleMania and beat Chris Jericho?
Yeah.
But was he really underutilized? I mean, he got over with the crowd. He just kind of got held back a little bit. I don't think it was his fault. I think he was prone to injuries, and that was a problem.
No, I think the gimmick was a failure.
They were about the gimmick. What are you talking about? I remember after WrestleMania, 10,000 people
singing the entrance song doesn't get you over, though. I think the whole dancing thing is what Summer Rae is floundered.
But were the people over on that okay? But he was over to an extent. So where he was he over because the people loved that character of him and that song and the whole fun thing, or was it they really loved wrestling and they really loved Johnny Curtis?
I think it was the song and the entrance and the gimmick, but I don't think the gimmick got over as much as the character should have.
Does Johnny Curtis, Where does Johnny Curtis rank on the Thrasher scale himself?
I think he's forever going to be a mid-carder.
But what kind of mid-carder are we talking about here?
Like superstars.
Okay. Well, oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
But you're calling him a superstar. Anyway,
No.
so both teams work really well together. Fandango, he hit that over the top rope elbow drop when Tyler Breeze was holding what's his face. I forget his fucking name. It was one of the Imperium members.
Yeah.
So
That looked the same to me.
They do, all these white people.
The one thing I did not like about this match is towards the end when Indu Shar comes out, Larkin and Birch come out, and it's a kibosh finish at the end. Like there's just like confusion in the ring. You were talking earlier about AEW get better editing and everything like that. They could have edited the camera work a little bit better on the NXT side of that. Imperium gets the win, retains the belts, but now it's just a squash. It's just now you have three tag teams setting up for the belts again. Another three-way for the belts, just like we're gonna get later in the show.
Both shows,
good storytelling though.
Yeah, very good storytelling. Both shows started off with tag team matches, which I noticed.
Yep.
But NXT show, as you see as we go, NXT show had a lot more women's matches. They had quite a few, so they're really trying to show off the women in NXT, and I was pretty satisfied tonight.
Well, I think the reason why AEW couldn't have more women's matches is because a lot of them were injured.
Yeah.
Statlander tearing ACL, Britt Baker being out. I mean, how many times can you see Sheeta, Penelope Ford, Nyla Rose all in a match, in a tag match?
Yeah, no, definitely.
I think once this virus gets, broken up or, something like that, and you get Riho back in the country, you get more. You'll get more like.
Is that what happened? Riho got sent back?
Yeah.
That sucks. So, all right. So then we have Dream sitting on a purple couch, cutting a promo.
Yep. Promo number one.
And he holds up a picture of him and Dexter Lumis.
Well, he didn't hold it up. He didn't hold it up. Lumis put it behind him.
Oh, that's what it was.
Lumis put it
Dream
behind
had it in his hand before the end of the promo.
Yeah. But Lumis popped up from behind the couch and put it on the couch and then went back. Dream didn't know it was there until he turned and looked at it, and then that's when he grabbed it.
I guess I missed that.
And that's when he said he was playing it off. He's like, "This is nothing. This is just you helped me in your house. I helped you last week," type deal.
Yeah, that's it. So Dream rolls alone, and then we move in to one of my favorite wrestlers.
Best match of the night, by the way, hands down.
Oh, this match
on
was
NXT.
Amazing.
On NXT.
This match was amazing.
What
was your hold on? This was the best match at NXT. Then what was your match of the night? Omega
for both shows.
Yeah, you gonna go Omega and Hangman versus Natural Nightmares because you really love that match. You said
I really like that match. I really like the ending of the last match, the last tag match. But I mean, I like the Ricky Starks Cody Rhodes match too, so it's gonna be one of those three. But going back to AEW, we were talking about storytelling and everything like that. The one thing that got me during the Bucks match is Nick was holding, I want to say it was Havoc on the ring and like on the ropes, and Matt did a senton onto him, and his ribs were still wrapped, and he landed on the ring. It didn't sell the ribs. Come on, guys. Come on, for a fucking mark like me, okay, sell those fucking ribs. Sell the fucking ribs. Don't sell the ribs if you get hit by a wet floor sign, okay? Sell the fucking ribs a hit in the ring. Jesus.
I'll forever bring it up. Baron Corbin getting an ankle lock and limping off on the wrong foot.
Right. Well, his fucking hair is stupid.
Your beard's stupid, pal.
That's an inside joke, fans.
That's
an
a true
inside
story.
joke. Inside joke with we were at NXT in West Palm, and we were sitting second row, and Baron Corbin is on the ring apron, and I said, "Your hair is stupid." He looked at me dead in the face because your beard's stupid. And what the funny thing is, behind us, there was his college football players, teammates, and they were like, start calling his real name Thomas. And I just the whole night just yelled, Thomas, Thomas, your hair is stupid. And he just kept looking at me just blaring a hole through me.
Dude, I thought he was going to come down and fucking give you the big boot, bro. I swear. I wouldn't have blamed him. I'm like, yo, hit that fucking guy. Alcohol was involved.
Yes.
So we come out, two big guys going at it with Priest and Killian Dane, which is nice to see Killian Dane back in NXT. He looks great in NXT.
Slim down.
Yes, very slim. Dude, I thought you were in the ring. He looked great.
Yeah.
I thought that was you. But Priest really needed this win. Really needed this win.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you're still getting – I mean, we go further in the show. The reason why I'll say I don't know if he'll need this win because you're still going to get the same storyline. But I think Killian Dane could have used this win because as violent of a match that he came out and just like ground and pound, like fucking, technical wrestler, working over the back and shit like that. They could have built it more. Kind of like what they're doing with Bronson Reed, but they could have just made it better. But Priest, to me, honestly, he didn't need this win. It wouldn't have hurt him or helped him if he would have won or lost.
Maybe he just needs the win because he's one of my favorite fucking wrestlers. I love Punishment Martinez, Damian Priest, whatever you want to call him. He's amazing.
Right.
So Killian Dane doesn't move last night where he drops I believe it was a leg drop or a knee while Damian Priest is tied up in the ropes through the middle rope.
Mm-hmm.
Nyla Rose, please take some notes. You do not hang them over the top where they have to balance. You put them in the middle rope so they don't have to balance and they can kind of just rest there. Because now your match looks sold. It looks fake. It doesn't look good for wrestling. And a wrestling fan like myself, and I'm sure there's a lot of other smart wrestling fans out there who are going to look at you and think you look like a fucking moron. You're like, hold yourself. Why? Why would I hold myself here? When Killian Dane did it, he put him in the middle of the rope. Damian Priest just had to lay there. That's it. He didn't have to struggle. Didn't have to hold himself up. Didn't have to go back. No. So please, start. If you're going to do it right. Make it
this
look believable.
This Killian Dane, though, this incarnation of Killian Dane with him being violent and shit like that, it goes back to where he was on the Indies as Big Damo over in Ireland, and Progress Wrestling and everything like that. That's why I think I have a feeling that they're going to make a big push for him. Can you imagine Killian Dane and Keith Lee wrestling for the North American title?
Dude.
Or him and Donovan Dijak, or I know him as Donovan Dijak, Jakovic, or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
But
wrestling name should be easy. I don't know that guy's fucking name.
Well, we know him as Donovan Dijak from ROH.
Yeah.
But Killian Dane and Dijak, that'd be a great match, But it's just Damian Priest gets the win. It was a great punishment match, basically. You like the pun I threw back. Yeah.
I love it.
But I love how Dane is walking back to the backstage area and Rob Stone is drunk against the plexiglass and he just punches the plexiglass. Stone just falls. Yeah, I think that was great.
Where does this Killian Dane match give in the Thrasher rating?
I give it a 3 3/4 stars.
3 3/4. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good match. So yes, next we have Xia Li versus Aaliyah. Aaliyah comes out, goes over, picks up your boy Robbie E.
Robbie E. Stone.
Robbie E. Stone.
Mm-hmm.
I put Robert Lee. I meant to put Robert Stone. All right, so then Stone has the old man brown paper bag, the bottle. I don't know where he got that from. They don't sell alcohol on campus. So I don't know where that came from.
Catering. Came back from catering.
Yeah, right? It's a bottle of wine. And so she picks him up, walks into the ring, and Xia really kind of controls the whole match. Xia Li kind of controls the whole match. Aaliyah has Robert Lee in her corner, or Robert Stone in the corner. Stone gets up, kind of distracts the referee a little bit, and then
Yep.
pukes across the ring.
Yep.
So then I'm doing this because I know you don't want to review this match. So Stone pukes across the ring. Aaliyah picks up the win after a botched roll-up.
Yep.
She goes for the roll-up, goes too far over. Shoulder kind of pops up at 2. The ref is like, wait, what the fuck just happened? I'm supposed to count 3 here.
Yep.
And then he goes back down, counts 1, 2, 3. So she was down for a 5.5 count.
Yep. I mean, I don't know how they count. I don't know how they count in Asia, but you're supposed to be down for 3.
Mm-hmm. That's the only thing I got out of that. She got a 5.5 count over a roll-up.
Yeah,
Does that make sense to you?
I put on the match. I mean, I said a decent women's match. Just didn't excite me too much. I go, Aaliyah gets the win after Rob Stone vomits in the ring.
You know, speaking of projectiling things coming out of people's mouths, Tajiri is going to be at my next, whatchamacallit?
Gender reveal.
My next gender reveal, and I'm having to spit the color into my wife's eyes, and I'm going to give her ass a power bomb.
No, super cuter.
Nobody wants a kid.
Mm.
Next, we have Timothy Thatcher on a promo. Promo number 2 of him just stretching people and stretching. And that's about it. Can he get his fucking mouth fixed? He looks like a white Michael Strahan.
Yeah, trust me.
Dude.
Okay, next. Promo number 3.
3.
UE giving Roddy Strong undisputed therapy. Kyle O'Reilly gives his expert advice. They make him face his fears and try to put him in the trunk, but Roddy runs away.
We pretty much wrote down the same thing.
Oh, okay. Let's after that. Promo number 4.
1, 2,
Adam
3,
Cole.
4.
Adam Cole's interviewed about the hourglass. Keith Lee interrupts Cole. He says it's going to be him that takes the belt from Cole, not Cross, and he throws the hourglass on the floor.
We wrote down basically wrote down the same thing again.
Hold on. Let's go to promo number 5. This time it's in the ring.
Yes.
Now it's Cole, Keith Lee in the ring now. So wait, they were just backstage, and they bring.
And now they're in the ring.
I like the storytelling. Trust me, I like the storytelling, but they could have just kiboshed the backstage segment.
But they needed that for what comes up after this.
They could have done it differently. They could have done, instead of having Cole being interviewed backstage, it could have been just sitting on a box, and Keith Lee could have just walked by, saw it, threw it on the ground, and not said a word.
The hourglass, yeah.
You know, not said a word, just throw it on the ground.
Cole comes out, he addresses Cross, and then Keith Lee comes out. Well, first of all, he calls him Killian Cross.
Yeah.
You know, instead of Karrion Cross.
He called him Killer Cross.
Killer Cross, that's what he called him. Mm-hmm. So, and then Lee comes out after Cole, says he's the greatest North American champ. And then Gargano comes out, and then Finn follows. So we just have a whole shindig going on here, people.
I laughed so hard when Finn came out and he said, okay, now you guys can work over me. When he gets in the ring, Gargano goes, look, I don't know who you are, but my name's Johnny, not Mark. Like, I love that.
That was good. Yes, I kind of cracked up a little bit there as well.
But again, you're having a 3-way dance for a title. The winner of that goes for the title.
Are they mixing the 2 titles? Is that what they're doing? Or are they squashing out the North American Championship? Because if so, I got to go buy one.
I mean, I don't know. I think they should, because I mean, it's kind of like the back in the day, WCW and the NWA tag team champions. Like there was, NWA North American tag team champions, and it was always Barry Windham and Arn Anderson. Then you had the WCW tag team champions. It was Lex Luger and Sting. So it's, who really cares that Keith Lee is North American champion?
I like the North American champion. I like that Cole won it originally, and then Gargano got it, and now Lee has it. I think it's good. I think this is the end of Adam Cole coming up shortly. I think this is a way for him to drop the title I don't think that they know which way they're going to go yet
Mhm.
because they have Cole set up for 2 title matches, basically.
Yep.
They have Cole set up for the winner of this triple threat, and then they have Cole set up for Cross.
Yep.
So I don't know if they know where they want to go with it. I think somebody from the triple threat wins against Cole, takes both titles, and then they got to face Cross. And that kind of just pushes Cole out of that storyline and puts him up to the main event or to the main roster.
Now, here, let me ask you that question now. Do you want to see Cole on the main roster?
Cole's one of the ones I think can flourish anywhere.
I don't think so.
I don't think Cole is subjected just to NXT. I think he can pretty much make it anywhere he goes.
I don't think so.
I know I see the track history that you're going with, but I can definitely see Cole fighting people like Seth Rollins and Daniel Bryan and going up against, people like Roman Reigns and shit like that. I don't know. He reminds me almost so much of Seth Rollins.
He's shorter than Seth Rollins. So.
Okay, he's a little smaller, but does that really stop him? Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, but Daniel Bryan bumps, and he bumps a lot, and he sells a lot. And he's also very technical, to where Adam Cole's not technical, but he does bump.
Go ahead.
But he does bump, but I don't see a good storyline or anything with Cole on a main roster.
Who did Adam Cole take the title off of?
Who did he take it off of?
Drew McIntyre.
Okay.
Drew McIntyre's running around with the Roman Reigns and the fucking Bobby Lashley's.
Drew McIntyre's also 6'6".
Okay, but if he can have a good storyline with Drew, he can have a good...
but Drew McIntyre only had the belt for a month and a half, and they only brought him into NXT just to make sure to get the ring rust off of him because he was in Impact Wrestling in Barnes, remember? So
bars or Barnes?
both. But it's that's it. So it really wasn't a storyline per se. I just don't see. I don't see it. I honestly don't see it.
Yeah. So then we come back. We have another promo. This is pro number 6 with Lee in the back and then being interrupted by LeRae. And then Miriam fights off LeRae.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go to the ring and we have Killian Carter.
But going back to that little jump where Miriam attacks LeRae in the back.
What did I say?
No. I'm saying going back to that.
Oh, I thought I said Mia Kim.
No, Mia Yim. For some reason, last night Mia Yim looked so hot to me.
Dude, she always looks hot, bro. She's like Black Asian. Those are like the hottest ones.
No, for some reason last night, I guess that tie-dye blue jean denim shorts that she had on that tank top, I was like, oof. Man,
yeah, no, she's.
I want a fucking egg roll.
She can get my egg roll. It's more like a spring roll, a little tinier.
Yeah.
So in the ring, Kaden Carter versus Dakota Kai. And then valeting for Dakota Kai is my future wife. I'm not even going to say ex-wife because I'll never leave her. Raquel Gonzalez. That woman could cheat on me 100 times, beat the shit out of me 10 times a day. I will tell her how much I love her and how much I'm sorry.
Well, we know that she has the bigger dick in the relationship, so.
Dude, she's so hot. I don't care what you say. You can say whatever you want. She's so hot. I fall so in love with her. But anyway, Kaden Carter is the great value version of
Hayden Carter, by the way. Hayden Carter.
What is it? Hayden? I thought it was Kaden.
No, Hayden. H-A-Y.
She looks like Ember Moon, except light skin with blue eyes and yellow pants. Or yellow shorts.
First off, she doesn't know how to wrestle. I can tell you that.
No.
I said, really doesn't do anything for me. Like, it doesn't tell any storyline.
None.
Like, it just... I think this was the only match that... Well, no. The Bronson Reed match didn't do anything for me either. But those two matches didn't do anything. Those were filler matches.
Yeah, easily. But no, yeah. I could still just go back to Raquel Gonzalez. I'm sorry.
Dakota Kai gets the win. with the
With a
Gonzalez
submission.
interference. Well, Gonzalez got the interference beforehand.
It wasn't. She can interfere with me all she wants. We go to promo number 7, or is this 6? 7.
7.
7. Promo number 7 of Scarlett walking up, picking up some sand, and Cross stepping on glass. All you see is Cross's foot. I love the camera angles. You never see any faces. You just know exactly who they are and what they're doing there.
Mm-hmm.
So good job, NXT. I like that promo. That's a good promo to me. No words are said. So next we have, like you said, I'll cover the match because I know how much it didn't do anything for you. Bronson Reed versus Leon Ruff.
Mm-hmm.
So Bronson Reed, quick work, coming off top rope, splash, it's over. Reed grabs the mic and calls out Cross, which is
Yawn.
weird.
Yawn.
Weird. Yeah, Cross gonna make some quick work of Fat Boy. And then he walks over, picks up Ruff, and carries him to the back over his shoulder, like I do with my child going to the dinner table.
Yep.
So good job, Leon Ruff. You are now considered a child. Then is this considered a promo?
Backstage promo number 8 in 2 hours.
Damian Priest. Somebody slid his tires.
Oh no, who could it be? Cameron Grimes.
Yeah, exactly. And Cameron Grimes.
This is why I said that it didn't matter if Priest won or lost. He's still going to be in the Cameron Grimes storyline. That's why
You're right. I understand now. I understand.
But yeah, it was because you already knew where it was going to go. And then after that, when he come back from break, you got the Santos Escobar comes out with Mendoza and Wild, explains why he had masked. Maverick comes out and attacks all 3 of them. But the 3 get the upper hand. I love this angle. I think this is cool storytelling, everything like that. Except for one thing. Escobar hit Maverick with a fake computer monitor. Yeah. You can see it's fake because first off, it was hooked up to nothing. There was no wires. He just grabbed it off the table. Nothing.
It's Wi-Fi, pal. Welcome to 2020.
Yeah. Okay, show me a monitor with – there was a monitor, there was a TV screen, then there was another monitor. There was no keyboard or mouses there. So how's that work out?
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
And Escobar then hits a driver through a table to the floor. Cool. I liked it.
Yeah, it was I liked it. It was a good promo. I'm glad Maverick's still in NXT.
Yeah.
It's going to be a nice little storyline for a while. I don't think it's bad for TV. I enjoy watching it. It doesn't bother me.
Mm-hmm.
So that was promo number 10 in a 2-hour show.
Nine.
You only got 9 promos?
Yeah.
You only got 9 promos?
Only on NXT, 9 promos in 2 hours.
So next we have Tegan Blackheart in your main event with Shotzi Blackheart versus and Tegan Knox versus Banks and Bailey, the golden role models, the Golden Girls. I enjoy seeing Bailey and Sasha Banks back in the yellow brand. I think they fit in very well there. I think that's very homey to them. So I enjoy that. I have an issue with I mentioned this earlier with AEW review, the kick up, having multiple people do that in the company. Right here is another thing of this. Knox does she almost does, it's the Glasgow kiss is what it is. So you're doing it again. You're letting someone else make that move look not so dangerous because hearing Samoa Joe go, give us a kiss or whatever the fuck he does, a horrible impression. Sorry. But hearing Joe do that, knowing that setting up for a finish is big, and then seeing Tegan Knox do within the first 2 minutes of a match, and it does nothing. So it kind of makes that kind of dull of a move a little bit. But I don't know. That's the type of person I am. I think that wrestling moves should stay to a person.
Right.
But, no one else did a DDT when Jake the Snake was doing it. Nobody.
Yeah. Except for Ted DiBiase did it too. So,
I hate you so much. You just shit on me, bro.
Bailey and Banks get the win. Then get attacked by Hiru Shirai. She clears the ring. Again, Like I don't know. Like that doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna go belt for belt. Are they gonna? It's another storyline where it goes belt
That's
for
where
belt.
I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Did you notice they kept calling Sasha Blueprint? And every time they did, I'm like, is Matt Morgan here? Like, what is going on?
No, he's a governor or mayor of in Wildwood, Florida. So he's
I'm
not.
moving to that city. So role models, they do get the win with the bank statement, and then Io Shirai comes out and, like you said, takes them out. I don't understand. They're trying to bring this unity thing. This is my show. You're not going to come up in here and beat my girls. That doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. Not at all. I don't understand it. But I'm not shitting on NXT tonight. Their storytelling for setting matches up were good. It's just don't give me so much storytelling.
Yeah, I can see it. I think both shows did really well tonight.
Yeah,
or last night. I think they both did really well.
it was two of their best that I've seen in a very long time.
Did the ratings come out?
No, I didn't see anything yet. But I will say that it was one of the AEW's best ones that they've done, and this is a better NXT show. But I also have to beg the question, though, if it was in front of live audiences, would they be better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they definitely would. If this was in front of live audiences, I think WWE would be doing something a lot different than what they're doing now. So it's such a weird thing because NXT's been putting on shit shows and they're only losing by a couple thousands of people every week. They're losing by 40,000, 50,000 people a week.
Yeah, but to a new company, though. That's the thing.
And to a new company that's putting on great shows.
Right.
You know, I mean, they're new, but they got the feel of that old school wrestling company. They have Jericho on TV. They have Cody Rhodes on TV. There's names on that show that people know.
Right.
So I don't know if it's considered a new show anymore. They've been going for what, 4 months, 5 months, over a year, actually. Sorry. But how long has Dynamite been going on?
October 8th will be a year, I believe.
For Dynamite? So 7 months in?
Yeah.
So, I mean, Dynamite's, you know, it's holding its own, definitely. So they're definitely putting up a good fight. WWE is not hurt in any way of this show. I can tell you that. The people that WWE is losing to AEW are people that WWE knows they can live without. So we'll see.
I don't know if you can live without FTR.
I think they can live without FTR.
Their tag team division is not very good.
No, it's not. But
different topic, different
show. All right, but what is the same topic is we still have stickers available. So make sure you guys send us a DM on Twitter at Podcast Paradox. We will be sending out free stickers to whoever wants them. I'm sure.
And if you buy a shirt, if you put an order in for a shirt, we'll throw a sticker in with you and send it to you.
I'll throw 2 stickers in. That's how much I care about you people. I love you guys.
Double pleasure, double fun.
Double pleasure. It's bubble yum.
So special announcement. Saturday, we use our usual topic night, but we have something even special, even better for you. Joe and I are going to a local indie show, and we're going to do a ride along. We're going to film us driving to the show, and we're going to talk about topic. Last week, we did a personal best tag team. So this week's going to be the worst. And I haven't talked to Joe about what I think we should do. And I think this is going to be fun because it's only about 20 minutes. This is the first time I'm
finding about this.
Yes. It's only about 20 minutes till, from, my location
point A to point B.
Point B. Yeah, exactly. I think we should go worst wrestling gimmicks ever.
Worst wrestling gimmicks?
Yep.
The worst gimmicks to ever come on TV.
Yep.
Ever. Yo. Do you remember WWE had a pirate?
Hey, come on. It's Paul Burchill.
Jesus. All right, so that's it. You heard it here, folks.
Yeah, so but
Heard
it's
it here
so this is
first.
a special episode. We're gonna do a ride along, so I think it's gonna be pretty cool. And we might even throw in some, maybe some footage from the show if we can like sneak, shit in and everything like that. So
Yeah, I'm fucking dude. We are definitely recording that show. There's a wrestler there I do not like. Me and him have had words on Facebook. I might say something to this guy at the show.
who?
That he looks like a knockoff CM Punk, bro. He's got the tattoo of like Goku and shit across his chest,
Oh,
and
he
he
looks like a
looks
Mason Red.
dude. I have every issue with that guy. I have challenged him to a death match. I have told him me and him can go toe to toe. Bro, I do not like this guy. I don't even know his name, but he just pissed me off one time on Facebook. So I'm all about it. You guys might be in for a good show on Saturday. Let me tell you what.
Yeah,
That is it. That is it. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe here. Make sure you follow us
right
on
there.
Twitter. Podcast Paradox shirts are up for sale. Stickers are going out for free. No purchase necessary. Whatever you guys want, we got it. We appreciate the love and support. We will see you guys next week. Chris, make sure you ask for her ID next time.